Backlog.
All right,
Are we live?
Sentai.
we're live.
Power Ranger.
We're
Go
live.
Ninja, go Ninja, go. It's morphin' time.
How you guys doing?
Good. It's nice to be back here.
Mid.
Nice to be doing the thing. I'm grading like a streak on my meter. I have 2 weeks in a row. Like, when's the last time I had 2 weeks in a row? It's crazy.
That that is impressive.
I'll probably miss next week, so I have no idea. I still have so
Wouldn't
much
doubt it,
shit to
dude.
do, but we're trying. We're trying to at least make the podcast. It's the one thing in my life I still enjoy, so I like to do it. No,
Wow, that's bleak.
that is pretty dark. Yeah, no, but it
Also, hi Bobcat.
yeah.
Hello,
What's up,
Bobcat.
Bobcat? But no, it's nice to be here. Nice to be back again for another week. Which I'll up to.
Sick, man. So speaking of weeks, how was your guys' week? Who wants to go first?
You just asked that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't exactly ask it like that, but he kind of asked it. I don't know, like, how was your week, homie? Like, let's start with the main podcast host.
Yeah, with the main man himself.
Yeah.
The
Did you do anything
Mr.
fun?
Backlog.
What the hell did I do? I spent like 90% of my week editing, I feel like.
That's a
But
skill?
I know that's I never say that on the podcast. But I started a new job, and today was my this is my first full week.
Cool.
But today is the beginning of my weekend, pretty much.
Yep. Nice. So you get 2 days off, 3 days off?
Like 2 days off.
Nice.
And so I've just been kind of chilling and trying to get used to the job and everything like that. It's not too bad. And what else have I been doing? I've mostly been trying to like get caught up on my VODs, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, you should break up your episodes into 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, to do like a let's play or something like that."
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that could be a thing.
let me tell you, that takes up so much time.
To edit each of them individually?
Yes.
That's a challenge. Keep going.
To where like I was behind on like a bunch of VODs from like last month. And so basically I've kind of given up on that. And they're just gonna be like anywhere from like probably like 4 to 6 hours each. Hey man, I mean, I don't really I don't think it's gonna make too big of a difference, honestly.
Yeah, I was meaning to send you a thing. I found a link to some dude on the internet saying he would like edit for people for free because he was looking to work on his editing skills. But yeah, bruh, like editing is hard, and like that's why it ends up being like a separate kind of sub business in the let's play industry in and of itself. Because I mean, like if you're the sole person. If you're the sole person producing your content, you don't have enough time to edit it all. Or you can like half edit it, which a lot of people end up going with, and then that's about it. But yeah, no, it can be crazy.
Yeah, and I was just thinking how, God damn it, I hate when this happens.
What happened?
I was just thinking how it would suck if like I lost my train of thought.
Yes. Yep, that's
That'd be
exactly
awful.
what I was thinking. But yeah, so let me just retrace my footsteps here. So I've been editing a whole lot, but I think it's more importantly, it's been taking away a lot of time from making original content, like more original content.
Well,
So like if I want to do like actual reviews or anything like that of things or make videos, it's the time spent making VODs should be making like let's plays should be done doing that.
yeah.
Because I think those are shorter and get like more attention. If people really want to watch those VODs, they will watch them.
Yeah, agreed.
Because
Makes
I
sense
don't.
to me, yeah.
I mean, I don't think like when I broke them up into 30 to 20 minutes, people were watching them, but it wasn't like it didn't make a huge difference. Um, but I mean, other than that, man, I mean, I've also like I haven't. I feel bummed because I haven't been able to stream this week. Um, because I'm still getting used to my new sleep schedule. So I've the whole thing is I start working at 11 p.m. So I'm trying to get used to like getting home, going to bed by 9, sleeping till like 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? That whole thing. But instead, I've been sleeping till like 10, or going to
Yeah.
bed at like 10 or 11 or something like that.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, no. The older you get, the more strict you have to realize you got to be with your bedtime, and it sucks because you want to do your own shit, but that's not the way it works anymore. I found that out this week when I got my ass kicked and not getting as much done as I wanted to, and then I'm like, well, why am I not getting as much done? It's like it's because those 2 extra hours you're trying to stay up, just like they kick your ass the next day.
right.
Sounds like you guys are just doing it wrong. I don't know.
Maybe.
Is it not that hard for you, Quintessence?
No, not really. I can pretty much go to sleep whenever and get up whenever.
You realize that like a lot of people have trouble sleeping at night, right?
Oh, I have trouble sleeping at night.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Like I'll lay in bed for like a good hour, just like, man, sure would be great to actually fall asleep right now.
Some people have this thing called self-control. No, I'm just kidding. Uh,
What?
but I said some people have this thing called self-control.
Oh, right.
No, no, but no, it's like everyone does it differently, and there's definitely a thing I was reading in some psychology magazine. I was reading in a psychology magazine, but it was mentioned tangentially from that was that like there's this thing called like revenge staying up late, where like people who don't feel like they have a whole lot of like control over their lives during the day will like stay up late as like revenge upon the rest of the day and do whatever they want. But of course, it only hurts them on the back end because they're that much tired the next day. So
Revenge against myself.
no, it's revenge against being able to do what you want.
I think
And
Yeah, I get it, but
think
it
a
ends
better
up
word-
backfiring on yourself.
a better word or words that are self-sabotage.
Yeah, I mean, but it
Yeah.
is, but it's with a it's the goal wasn't self-sabotage. The goal was obviously, just enjoying yourself. But the thing is like you didn't have enough time. And that's kind of the shitty part about it is that you had to be like, well, I gotta, if I want to enjoy myself, I gotta do it tomorrow after I get some sleep. But that's just kind of being, it's like I don't know. I feel like the training of being a kid to being an adult is about as shitty as the American education system, where they just throw a bunch of shit at you at the wall at you and hope that it sticks, but they don't actually like give you the reasoning for any of the training nor any of the training to actually build those skills on your own. So
Sure.
like you end up with like 50% of the people popping out that have them and 50% of the people that don't. And yeah, I just made those statistics up, but
Beautiful.
I mean it's kind of how I feel about it, where it's just like a lot of people like miss the point, a lot of the life skills they should have developed, and then they're an adult with shit life skills and they're like, well, it sucks to suck. And that just be how it be.
Well, I mean,
I feel
they're
personally attacked.
No.
well, I mean, Quintessence, you also like made yourself sound
Can't just come at me like that.
pretty damn immune to sleep. You're like, I have no problem sleeping whatsoever.
But I mean, there might be other life skills that he sucks at too, and I feel like that's the thing. Like,
Shit.
I feel like this isn't me like throwing blame anywhere, but like,
yeah, fuck you, Quintessence.
I think no, I just think that
Yeah,
the whole
fuck you,
like
Quintessence.
the whole generation that raised our generation to be adults maybe forgot the reasoning behind some of the skills they were trying to teach us. So maybe that never got adopted. I mean, I can't blame them, but like, there's definitely shit I wished I had learned where I'm just
I
like,
feel
well,
like their
shit.
skills were just kind of like
Yeah.
outdated and invalidated by technology in most
Maybe.
scenarios.
Or like where they were
Like,
focusing
man,
their
you gotta really hit the fucking pound the pavement and, really get out there and go to places and apply for jobs and shit.
yeah. What like
No, you don't though,
yeah, no
actually. They
one
get
Yeah.
annoyed when you do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like no one wants to deal with anyone in person anymore. Like 99% of
Never.
resumes now are screened out by a computer. So you're walking into a store and greeting people. Well, nice on paper isn't a practical strategy for most of your applications.
I like
I mean,
this application. It's got charisma.
yeah. I mean, real talk. Like it's not even just that. It's not like putting a name to a face is nice, but like if you're in a pool with 100 applicants, you can't just walk in the door and introduce yourself. They would actually rather you not do that because that's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
If you're a pool with like 20 applicants, maybe. But even then, it depends on how many people they want walking in their door. But I mean, like at a certain point, you just have to accept, especially in like the new automated world, that you're just playing a numbers game. And
Yep.
like, yeah, if you want to, certain jobs, if you want to get them, you're gonna have to put out like 300 to 1,000 applications and just wait for shit to roll in.
You're shooting emails and applications everywhere.
I mean, that reminds me of when I was living in Virginia, and I was living in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we were staying with my girlfriend at the time's parents, and her mom was always like, "You gotta wake up at 6 a.m. and go out and start dropping off applications," and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, oh, I don't think she knows. I don't think
Yeah,
she knows
no.
how
like
the modern
it
world
don't
works anymore.
it don't work like that anymore. Like if I swear nowadays a lot of companies, like if they see paper applications, depending on how hard up they are, they'll just toss them in the trash. They'll be like,
Yeah.
you handed me paper? I don't want paper.
The
Like
fuck
all
is
of this shit
paper?
has to go through corporate. Like I have no say in it. Like you have to submit an application online, like everybody else. So what the fuck are you doing?
Yep.
Yep. And
Um,
I had to explain that to her too.
yeah.
Yeah, but then they don't believe you, right? Like,
Well, she didn't know, but that she was also
yeah,
like kind of
because
an
it couldn't have
asshole.
changed that much. It was the same back then as it is now. That was literally like what my dad told me. I was like,
It like
yeah, not quite,
No, it's not
not
really not.
quite.
It's really not at all. Not at
I
all like
can't
that.
go down to Jimbo's like candy shop and be like, "Hey, I'd like to work at your candy shop."
Yep. Not
And
not when
he's like,
Jimbo's
you seem like an upstanding lad.
I like
Come
this
on
quintessence.
aboard."
He's got charisma.
not when Jimbo's Candy Shop is now a Jimbo's Incorporated subsidiary of Walmart. No, that's absolutely not how it works anymore.
Word.
But yeah, no. Yeah, it's shit's just different, and it's one of those things where like, bruh, I don't know. I don't know. Americans, I feel like had this weird expectation that like shit would always be all right, or like shit would always be taken care of for them, and like come to find out that's not how it was anymore, or not how it's going to be in the future.
Right.
I don't know. Like you should have been teaching, like, to me you should have been teaching like kids, like, life skills to grow on, and like growth mindset and all this stuff, and like improving should be the metric that you live your standards on, not whether or not everyone has their shit figured out by their early 20s. But
I learned
you know
nothing about adulting in high school or middle school. I was
yeah, well,
basically just thrown into the adult world. Like,
yeah,
all
and
right,
I feel
you're
like
out of high school now. Take your high school skills and do stuff.
Get it.
yeah,
Get it,
Like
girl.
what? I don't even know how to do taxes properly. Like,
yeah,
hello?
it's yeah, it's just it's weird to see that like there's some weird backwards resentment of like modern adults, that it's just like, well, shit's fucked up, and it's like, well, no shit's fucked up. Like you didn't really build shit not to be fucked up.
Yeah, big
Um
whoopsie energy.
yeah, and it's like you're talking to the generation that crashed the economy like 3 times. Like what like, I mean, we should be mad at you, to be honest.
Um.
But it is what it is.
So
I'll
then.
just hold this inflation and shut my mouth, all
Oh
right?
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is just like, I think. Well, I mean, other than the previous generation fucking things up, you know, millennials definitely got all the growing pains. We got all the growing pains of like the transition into, you know,
A
the
digital age.
technology, yeah, to our modern
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
So, it's I just kind of think that this is like a real like for millennials, like we've kind of experienced a lot of shit. I feel like that other generations like
Mhm.
experience maybe every, you know, 10 to 30 years or something like that. But we got it all in like fucking like I don't know, 5 years or some shit. But I don't know. It maybe and again I don't have the metrics for that like
Yeah,
August,
it's
but
one of those things where like this was the generation that finally had to confront that like you are a small fish in a big ocean. Whereas everything in the old United States
Hey,
used to be
kid,
like
you want a
it
toy?
used to be the it used to be
Want a bite?
it used to be that like fake American dream glow up
You
of
pick a
like
toy.
you work hard every day, you'll get ahead. Like we were the first generation to realize no, legitimately the math says that's the opposite of what happens. Like this is factually wrong. Like there's you can work hard every day and still die poor. Like we are 100% the generation to realize that like even on paper like you're getting screwed and like we should be mad about it. And like yes, you could say other
Yeah.
generations have realized that, but like you know, the previous generation really had that like 30 maybe 50 or 60 years of like American access where like the story was still the American dream. It was still like the self-made man. It was still like you could believe that that one guy who made it was the rule and not the exception for some reason.
Morica.
And yeah, we were finally the generation that like, you know, the veil was lifted and we're like, wait a minute. Like, you know, I mean,
hold up.
as cool as like Bezos, Musk, and Gates were, like they had parents that were at least upper middle class, if not higher, and were able to throw like several like six-figure sums their way to start their own businesses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're the generation that realized like if you're starting poor, like good luck. Sucks to suck. Like the expression about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps was intended to be a joke. But America took it seriously because there's no physical way to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It was supposed to be a joke, but America was like, no, that sounds legit. We're gonna
That's
do
our
it.
saying.
Like it's like the whole like one bad apple thing. Like people like, oh my god, I hear that. I'm like, this is a whole separate conversation about like police and yada yada yada. But it pisses me off that like a lot of people in this country want to be like, well, one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch, and it's like, no, the saying is literally one bad apple spoils the bunch. That's the whole point. That's the original saying. Like one bad apple does spoil the bunch. That was the original saying. But like we Americanized it and be like, well, one bad apple shouldn't spoil the bunch. We're like, well, no, it does. Like it does. Yeah.
Well,
So yeah.
Yeah,
hey,
but how was your week?
that was
Just American ignorance in and of itself just drives me crazy sometimes. But yeah, my week was
whoa. I only had two more things I wanted to mention.
yeah, he had two more things he wanted to
That's
mention.
it, that's it.
Oh, my bad.
Thank you.
I just wanted to mention that like, dude, the American exceptionalism brain is nuts. Like I saw a thing that just real quick I saw on like Our Science. It's a cool article. I can link it. But long story short, just by watching what show is it? I think it was Shark Tank. It was like two shows. It was Shark Tank and like one other thing that sways people's public perception of like how successful someone can be by hard work by 20 percentage points. Just by watching one TV show, 20 percentage points. It's like one fifth of your decision making just by watching a shitty TV show about someone having a dumb idea that just managed to
Pretty
they get in
neato.
front of the right people.
I don't know. I saw this pretty cool idea. It was like a box that you put bread in, right? But it like keeps the bread fresh longer. And plus you can like move the bread across and it has like a slicer at the end for like perfect slicing of the bread. Oh, it's pretty cool.
A new way to slice bread. What will they think of next?
I don't know.
Did they? I'm sure
Get
they
up.
used the cliche too.
What? What cliche?
Like you know, the what is it? The
Best
newest
thing
things
since
since
sliced
sliced
bread.
bread or something like that. Yeah.
That's where we're
Best
going with
thing
Colin.
since sliced bread.
Yeah. But I think the only other two things that happened this week was I started watching the Shenmue anime.
Word.
Um,
How
yeah.
bad is that?
No, it's probably good. It's probably good.
It's
Is it good?
it's honestly it's the best way to experience Shenmue.
I'll take it.
Wow, that
I'll
is
take it.
nothing. That is
Yeah,
a nothing
that
answer.
is a low bar. That's a very low bar, but I mean, I'll take it.
I mean, it's honestly it's kind of cool. I like it.
How much forklift is in it?
So that's the thing is that they don't sit there. Okay, so all of the things that people hate about Shenmue are like the mini missions that you have to do every day, and it's like timed.
Mm-hmm.
But it literally skips over a lot of that shit and just gets to the important story points.
Nice.
Well, I'd
And
hope so.
yeah, like I think within the first season he's already in China. So um that's in Shenmue 2. So
Damn, we're moving way faster in the game.
yeah, well like yes, way faster.
Well, the game has a lot of filler.
It does. And unfortunately, I think one of my only gripes with it is it doesn't have the same voice actors that it had on the original. So the voice acting isn't god awful. But I mean, other than that, the show is I like it. I like it. I've only seen the first 3 episodes because Adult Swim really wants you to subscribe or create an account,
Yeah,
and
'cause
I'm
they're
like,
desperate.
nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I watched the English dub version. It was you know what? Just give it a shot. See if you like it. I'm hoping that if I keep watching more episodes, I'll be like, yeah, this is pretty good. But the first 3, I was like, it's there's a lot of setup to what's going on. And since I've already played the games like way past the point of the episodes that I watched, I kind of know this stuff. So yeah. What else? And then the last thing is we finally hit 400 subs on YouTube.
Oh, congratulations!
Hey, congrats. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, this is a dub for everybody. But yeah, that was we putting in that work. And
I haven't been checking out the stats. Have people been watching the reviews and the podcasts and stuff like that too?
I mean, yes. I mean, if you want to count like everything that the podcast is on, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Are
just
you able to see the reviews on like Spotify or anything like that?
honestly, I'd only check the Anchor, which I think counts both Spotify and the Anchor views. I think. But yeah, I haven't checked it since last week.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, man, that's pretty much been my week summed up. So, yo, August, how was
Nice.
your week, man?
It was good. I was not as productive on the stuff I want to get done as I wanted to be, but I was able to get my room clean and organized, which was a plan for a while. So that's kind of nice. I at least have space to get work done in now. Um, what else? And yeah, I just kind of been keeping my eyes and ears on the news. There's been a lot of both gaming news, both news, a lot of different news that we'll all cover this week. So that's kind of been interesting. It's been a crazy week information wise. But all in all, pretty solid. Still keeping up with my one episode of the week of the new Fresh Prince reboot. That's pretty solid.
Nice.
Watched about half an episode of Euphoria. Also pretty solid. I kind of want like the first like opening, I want to say like 15 or 20 minutes of like Euphoria has like a really good like back and forth monologue. Like I don't know what a back and forth monologue is called. I know monologue is one person speaking. Um Dialogue maybe between two characters. That's
Yeah.
like I think kind of the philosophical treatise of the show. And it was just really really good. Like I kind of want like a supercut of like the best like moments in like TV and like movie cinema of the past like 10-20 years, because I'm sure that should be on there. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, no, it was really cool. Like, I can like if the rest of the show is kind of interesting and philosophical like this, I can see what people will like about the show. I know it's not probably going to be. I know it's HBO, so there's probably gonna be a lot of shock value. But I really like how kind of like philosophical the show kind of got, at least in its beginning. So that was really cool. I checked out an episode of another HBO show called Minx, which I think is about the foundation of Playgirl. And my
Oh yeah.
God, was there a lot of dick in that first episode? But I mean, that's kind of the point. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty. It wasn't a bad show. It was funny. It had like the kind of like HBO comedy laughs that you'd expect. Um, I'd say the main character's a bit of a stereotype. Like I get that she's kind of written to be, but like the older I get, the more I realize like when characters are being written as stereotypes, and it kind of irritates me.
Sure.
Like she's like a super like 70s feminist, and I'm like, it's just like I get it, like that's the point, but at the same time, like it almost seems like there's a weird line between like writing someone as like a caricature and writing someone as like a real person. Which I mean, granted, it's only 2 episodes in, so I'm sure they'll flesh out a character more. But I mean, I guess I can't blame it too much because it was a pilot. But it wasn't bad. It's got what's his name, Jake Johnson from New Girl in it, who's hilarious in everything he's in. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's basically my week. Just TV and trying to get shit done. I should have got done a while ago.
I hear with Euphoria, like it's sort of problematic because it takes place in high school, and then that's not really how like high school kids act.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely as I said. I've only watched about half of the first episode. I still need to finish it. I'll probably watch more soon. Uh, the thing about it is like I can definitely see where they're going with it because obviously not all high school kids act like this. Like you have some high school kids that have like perfectly safe for work lives for the most part.
sure.
Minus what goes on when they're on the internet. But you have some high school kids that have like almost like more debauched lives than college kids. So I mean, it can go both ways. It's definitely a little weird because I mean, obviously, like they can't actually use high schoolers for a lot of the scenes they're depicting. So you definitely get that like a weird Hollywood thing where like everyone in high school is really in their like mid to late
20s.
20s or
But
older.
my immersion.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of just have to deal with that. I mean, that's Hollywood. But it's weird because it's like, yeah, there's definitely some heavy subject matter. But I assume it's like just like kind of like, you know, it's like kind of like how Hollywood's up every depiction of high school. You know what I mean? Like there are very few depictions of high school in film media that are accurate to high school. A lot more of them are just like we're gonna like sex this up and razzle dazzle this up as much as we can to like you know get I don't know like titillate. I'm not gonna say like titillate the adult viewers, but like make it interesting for them to watch.
There definitely is like
Uh,
I watched a little I watched a little bit of it, and it definitely seems like they intentionally picked high school students and then put them in like sexual situations to kind of make it shocking.
Yeah,
But if there
I'm
were college
shocked.
students, like it wouldn't be a problem at all. But I mean, it wouldn't
I,
be
I,
as like dramatic. Wouldn't be as
yeah.
shocking.
I definitely kind of it kind of weirded me out a little bit when like in the first scene I'm watching like uh the Rue, who's Zendaya's character, I don't know if I pronounced her name right, but I'm going with it, uh is meeting she's 17 and she's already meeting her like AA sponsor. Granted, it's like she's doing like the AA for drugs, which I'm not sure what the name is for. Um, but like she's 17 and she already has a sponsor, and I'm like, do they start them that early? Like maybe they do. I don't know anything about the rehab process. But it was like I'm like, bro, like they could have started the show in college or post college and lost absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I get it. Life is rough for high schoolers now too. I guess that's kind of where they wanted to go with this. Maybe I don't actually know, but yeah. I mean, I'll see how I like it. I'll try not to be creeped out by knowing everyone's in high school for the whole show.
I mean,
Good luck.
I think hence the meme of the Euphoria high is
Yeah.
like basically
Jesus.
you guys seen the meme where it's like
Oh, no.
So the thing is like the meme is like, oh, you forget you go to Euphoria High, so you dress like scantily clad, pretty much.
It's kind of funny.
So I mean, because everybody like basically shows boobage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
Booba.
Except for Zendaya, who has it in her contract not to. I'm sure.
perfect.
Smart move.
But yeah, no,
Can't give that away for free.
I've yet to
Well,
watch
I
a full
mean,
episode.
yeah, I mean, she's in Spider-Man. Every kid around the country knows who she is. She can't just be giving that away for free.
Yeah, she's saving it for her OnlyFans.
Hey, yo. Wow.
Yeah, what's up, Afternoon Tune? How you doing, man? Yo, Quintessence, how was your week, man?
Well, it was pretty damn good, honestly.
Okay.
I played some more Elden Ring, of course, but this week was I finally was able to finish the anime 86 because it had a bunch of delays and actually had to be pushed into the next season of anime. And so now it's finally finished the last 2 episodes.
Really?
And yeah, it would have been one of my animes of the year, honestly, if it had been last
Never heard of
year.
this show. What's it about?
86? Okay, so basically it's about the future, of course. And you are shown like a massive city and there's like all of these like silver-haired people, right? The Alba.
The hair
And the
color of
Alba
the
are living
future.
like this great life. And they're like, "Ah, everything's great. All war is being fought with our automatic drones, and we're slowly fighting back the Legion, which are like automatic drones that have gone rogue from a different nation that
Jesus
fell."
Christ.
Yeah. And so then it's revealed in the second episode that's like, oh, so actually their automatic drones of Alba are comprised of the 86, which are people who are not of Alban descent. So they don't have like the silver hair and like
Oh.
beauty and shit. Yeah, and so they're not even considered humans by the Alba. And so 86 is like a heavily political slash mecha that like deals with like how people treat the 86 like garbage and how the 86 are fighting against the Legion and how Alba has like all these problems internally. And then each 86 unit has a handler in quotes, which is like their commander and commands them to move around in units and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it centers on Miliez, who is their handler, and she sees them as actual people. And so she has like a struggle to get others to see them as people and like give them reinforcements and stuff. It's pretty crazy because like Milias has to deal with a lot of shit to try to keep her 86 unit alive because they just don't care. They'll literally send them on like a suicide mission before their term is over in quotes and they get to leave the war against the Legion. So there's no like confirmed 86s that have actually finished their term in like the war.
Wow.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, no,
It
I
is.
mean, hey,
It's crazy. It's
that's
really good.
that's one way to
It's
make sure you don't have to pay him a severance, right? Or you don't have to
yeah,
like.
right?
Yeah.
They use CGI for the mechs, but the CGI is actually really good.
I was about to ask how were the
Oddly.
fights? Of course,
Yeah, the fights are actually really beautiful and well done.
nice. Because
Yeah.
I mean, a
It
big. I mean, I love an anime that has a great topic, but like if an anime is a very visual medium, and if you're not giving me something to look at, it's also a little like
yeah, no, it's
what are we?
very like it's well drawn in quotes, when it's just like the anime format, but then like when it goes into like the fight scenes with the mechs, it's like the CGI is very well done. It doesn't look like jank, right?
Not
Like
Berserk 2016.
yeah, right? They like fight in these like spider mechs, and the mechs have to like actually like run, and they run on like 6 legs,
Oh
and so you
wow.
get to see them actually like spidering around and shit. It's really nice.
That's
Cool.
It's so
awesome,
cool
man.
because they took the time and actually delayed it because they wanted to keep the quality of like the CGI and the animation up, and they didn't want to give us like a half-assed franchise.
Nice.
So it's like
So
a
Nice.
yeah,
big
86
commentary.
would recommend.
Nice.
Fucking
86.
fantastic. 86.
No,
Yeah.
like I'm often kind of surprised at how I'm not gonna say non-political a lot of anime is, but like how like I feel like with a lot of if we're gonna compare it to like I guess more Korean live action stuff, like there's a lot of media that's come out of Korea lately that has absolutely like skewered capitalism. Like that would be you know shit. Why is it the one that just won an Oscar? Why is it eluding my brain right now?
Squid
Uh,
Game?
Squid Game is the TV show, but there was that movie that came out a while
Oh,
ago.
Parasite.
Parasite, yes,
Oh,
Parasite.
Parasite.
And like I feel like with a lot of Japanese anime, like I don't know if like there are censors a different way in the process. I'm not sure stuff doesn't pass editorial. I'm not sure if political commentary is not as popular in Japan, but like a lot of the politics of the shows seem a lot more subtle. And I'm just wondering if that's kind of a difference between kind of like, uh Japanese media versus Korean media, or like whether or not that happens. But I've definitely noticed that like in a lot of the animes I've watched, like the like political treatise aspect is more of like from a sci-fi angle rather than like a just this is the political theory that I'm working under.
Well,
Mhm.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
Yeah.
understand that.
sci-fi has always been basically a mirror that reflects kind of uh the political climate at the time.
Yeah,
Usually,
yeah,
Oh, for
it's a
sure.
great lens to look at issues, but it's also it's a lot more speculative depending on how complex the issue is. You know what I mean? If it's something that doesn't exist at the time, it would be like it's not exactly as relevant to the modern political climate as it could be.
sure, yeah. Um, so basically the whole overarching theme of the show is that it's like basically about classism. Or at least it sounds like it.
Classism, war, all that good shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
It's
pretty
the
dope.
politics are front and center along with like the action.
Yeah, I did watch a really good one lately.
Oh, and they're not afraid to kill characters.
Oh, cool, respect that. Have you seen that anime that came out like a season or two ago with like the two classes of like there was like the robot people and the people that lived on Earth? Um and it was like a video game for the robot people, but the people that lived on Earth it was like real life. I'm trying to remember what it was called.
Are you talking
That
about
one was very
Detroit Become Human?
no, it was an anime.
Oh,
Hmm. No, I don't think I've seen that.
That one was really political. I'm not gonna remember what it was, but I will probably a little bit later. But yeah, that one seemed really political. Only that there was like two classes, and well, I mean, I guess
Hmm.
that is kind of the statement Japanese anime make a lot is classism in society, which is a great one to make.
Yeah.
But
They like their classism stuff.
yeah,
and
uh,
then I think yeah, I mean as long as it's not Star Wars Episode 1 politics, I'm good. You know.
yeah, I love episode one is like my favorite. Don't even hate
Yeah,
of
but
the prequel of the prequel.
the politics
I
like
mean, they were better than like honestly thought episode one didn't do politics that bad. It was just there was so much talking. It kind
mhm.
of like slowed the movie down. Or not even slow the movie down. It wasn't people. It wasn't what people expected when they wanted to go see Star Wars.
Yes, I remember seeing it in theaters when it came out. And I was
Yeah,
a little kid and I was bored to shit when they were talking about politics.
yeah. I
Uh,
was okay with it. I'm the type of nerd that was like, this is kind of interesting. But in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, they could have done a little less with that, and a little more action for a Star
yeah.
Wars movie.
Um did you have anything else for your week there, Quintessence?
Um, no, things have just been oddly like calm and good. It's weird.
That's
Feels
awesome.
weird.
Good shit.
Things
Yeah.
haven't gone horribly awry.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks.
So I guess the first subject we're gonna delve into is more anime. I guess what is
Holy
it?
shit, more anime.
Sony fattens up Crunchyroll menu because obviously I think was it Sony that had the
Yes. So didn't
Sony has a monopoly on anime at the moment.
not only that, but Funimation just got bought by Crunchyroll. So Crunchyroll is like scooping up all the different anime.
Well, Sony bought.
Yeah.
Sony bought Crunchyroll.
Well, no, but Crunchyroll bought Funimation.
no wait Funimation bought Crunchy what
Yeah. No, Funimation was acquired by Crunchyroll, and of course Sony had acquired Funimation. So Sony is basically the owner of all anime now.
got you
What?
all
It
anime
sounds like you got that backwards, but it doesn't matter. Sony is our anime god now.
True.
And they're trying to make Crunchyroll the de facto like anime streaming service. Like they're pulling all their stuff off of Funimation and they're just gonna throw it all onto Crunchyroll. They're
I'll-
getting rid of VRV,
yes
Crunchyroll.
see I'll be real with you
So the only thing that's left, I think, is High Dive.
High Dive
Yeah,
never
High
heard of
Dive's
it
another streaming service for anime. It's not very big.
I'll be real with you I'm cool with it I'm cool with them using all this into one big site
I like it and I don't because it means they have no real competition, so they can just like hike their prices and stuff.
sure
But if they take a a moderate, controlled approach to things, then it should be fine. But when does corporate greed, have moderation?
True.
that's a great point but I mean, for me, I'll say as someone like trying to like get into anime or trying to watch things, I find it extremely annoying trying to find like a show that I want to
Which
watch.
service is this on?
Like yeah, and it's like, oh look, this is on Hulu. This
Playing the
thing's
which service this was on game is the worst game in all of media finding because you find out sometimes that it's not on any service and you're just like, well, fuck me, I guess.
It's true. It's like basically just dead media. You're like, oh, I didn't buy the DVD set from like 2001.
20 years
Guess
ago.
I'm screwed.
The current DVD set is selling for like $100 because they're not in print anymore. Yeah, that could be rough too.
Yeah. I just wanted to watch like Sailor Moon once, and like I got a
there you go.
Hulu account.
That's not good enough.
It wasn't. I wound up. I even had like a Funimation account for a little while. Except their their streaming service isn't that the best. It's really annoying to deal with.
It makes Crunchyroll's shitty streaming service look fucking fantastic.
It does.
Like Crunchyroll isn't great, but it's not Funimation, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm glad that they didn't decide to go all on to Funimation because that would have been rough.
I think also like and it's the little things for me. It's like when I would watch Funimation, it's like I would put it in full screen mode, right? And every
Yep.
time it would change episodes, it would exit full screen mode again.
Yes.
So you couldn't just let it play. So eventually I would just have it like in non full screen mode, just like chilling. And like I stopped putting it in full screen. It was just really annoying. Like like Netflix doesn't
Yeah.
have that problem, but not everything's Netflix.
Yeah. Well, Crunchyroll is definitely not without its faults though, because it lists like each like dub and sub as separate episodes,
Oh,
which
that is
can
kind of
lead
annoying.
to some very, very aggravating searching.
Right.
So like you're like, I'm gonna watch Naruto, and you're like, here's Naruto episode 1, sub. Here's episode 1, dub. And then just keeps going that way all the way down the list.
Yeah, it should work just like Netflix, where you can just toggle between the features. You know what I mean?
Right.
That would
it
be
can't be
great.
that hard. I hope.
I actually think Hulu does the same thing.
Yeah, Hulu does the same thing. Yeah,
Their anime. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, man, I think it's actually this is a good. I think it's a good thing.
it can be. Yeah, for sure.
But
It's
who knows?
weird to me that it turns into a monopoly, but that like that is what modern capitalism is trending towards. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a
Yeah,
convenient thing sometimes. That said, if the thing you want is not on your service, you are fucked.
yeah. Well, now that's gonna be very hard to not have the thing you want on your service. Like, unless it's like a
Surprise!
Netflix exclusive anime or something, it's gonna be on Crunchyroll for the most part.
Yeah, I don't know. Like as I said, you'd be surprised. I think a lot of stuff is gonna awkwardly slip through the cracks. And
Oh,
then
for
of course
sure.
there's gonna be like weird localization issues where like, just like how season one Yu-Gi-Oh! They never wanted to bring over. There's gonna be certain stuff that they're gonna want to change after the fact or not bring over because nowadays it's not politically correct anymore. And it's like, well, I would rather just have the original media and you just, put a warning in front of it, but no, we have to change things.
But the children.
But the
Yes.
children. Think of the children. Wait, no, don't think of the children.
Yeah.
Disgusting. How dare
No.
you?
But yeah, no, it's we'll see how that turns out. But as I said, I'm still of the camp where like if you want it bad enough and you like it bad enough, just buy it in physical media. That way you'll never not have a copy of it.
I'll say for me, like, and I said this a million times, I would rather buy a subscription than have to pirate things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it like so that way, like if I have access to JoJo's or whatever, I can watch it every week or some shit. I would totally
Pirating
buy a
shit is hard.
subscription.
Pirating shit is hard. Like you don't want to. Like I said it the other week. Like if I want to pirate comics, I don't want to have to go and find every single issue. Issues are so short. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Um, but if
Yeah.
there's no other good way to access them, I mean, I'm not saying I will, but I'm not saying I won't.
Well, comics as a medium are dying. Comic sales are in the toilet.
Which
They're like,
sucks.
oh, this is all because of the piracy. Actually, it's because anime and manga are beating the living shit out of comics right now.
Well, it sucks because again, like Marvel never managed to convert, which bugs me. But I mean, it's kind of the true. Like we can get millions of people to go see a Marvel movie, or a DC
Yup.
movie even, but we can't get them to read comics. And I don't
Yeah.
understand what that says about either the comics or the industry or anything. But like, it's a little frustrating because it's like I don't know, like maybe what I'd love to see? Like I would love to see like Marvel wholeheartedly embrace, its comic roots. Like why aren't there ads for, Marvel Unlimited before a Marvel movie? Like why don't they try to get people to read old runs of comics? Like it's like they have years of back history of content, yet they do nothing to try to promote it or try to like get new comic fans.
I
It's
mean, they
kind of
would rather just try to promote safe space and shit, you know?
Well, okay, Marvel does some dumb shit, but I mean, like, it's even their old shit. They have a bunch of great old shit that they don't do no work in promoting. And I mean, like, it's like it's almost like comics haven't figured it out. Like in the era that we live in, where like old media is now sellable as current media just because of streaming. Like, you should be selling your old media, but they do zero effort to advertise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So, let's see what was actually next. Oh yeah, that's right. So Netflix, Michelle versus the Machines, and Arcane dominate the
Mitchell's.
Mitchells. Sorry,
Mitchell's are
Mitchell's
yeah,
versus the
Mitchell's.
machines.
Mitchells versus the Machines dominate the 49th Annie Awards. I have no idea what the Annie Awards are, by the
I
way.
didn't know that any awards were a thing either until I saw this announcement, but apparently there have been 49 of them, so that's awesome.
Right.
But
So the Annie Awards are basically a celebration of animation as a whole
yep, yep.
because traditional awards didn't really respect animation. So like, okay, fine, fuck it. We'll just have our own, you know?
Yep. And the last time a film has swept the Annie Awards, to give you guys any indication, because I was reading this in the article, was 2019 with Into the Spider-Verse. So if Mitchell's vs. Machines did this good at the Annie Awards, it's probably going to do damn good at the Oscars too.
Oh wow.
Not that I want to throw down for an Oscar
It's
prediction
a
just yet.
possibility.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Has Into the Spider-Verse 2 come out yet?
No,
No.
but they released a mini trailer for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the thing me and Quintessence both wanted to talk about from this announcement was that Arcane swept the television side of the Annie Awards, and we both totally think it was deserved. Arcane was amazing.
Yeah, Arcane was really good.
Arcane was arguably the best new animation and animation style thing I've seen in a long ass time. It
Yeah.
looked gorgeous. It was gorgeous. The story was awesome. It was multifaceted. There were adult characters. It were written as adults. Just great story. Great story.
Wow. Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet. Still trying to
It's
catch
good.
up on everything else that I'm behind on.
It's 9 episodes, but it is good.
Fair.
Like the Shenmue series.
Well, on the bright side, Arcane, you don't need to know anything about League of Legends. It's its own little perfectly told story.
See, that's what I've heard. And so that's why, like, I've kind of when it just came out and everyone was talking about it, I kind of put it on like a the backlog in my brain of like, oh yeah, I'll probably watch that at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, with everything new that's coming out, like I think we all know that basically the entertainment industry is like flooded right now with like so many things you could watch. It's difficult to choose.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Arcane should definitely be on that watch list. It's only 9 episodes and it's gorgeous.
not
Like you could pause like most scenes and you'd have like a fucking oil painting of beauty right there. It's incredible what Studio Fortiche did.
wow.
Absolutely. In fact, I think I mentioned this to you guys, but yeah, Fortiche actually just put in for a new revenue split with League of Legends because they did
Oh
such
yeah,
a good
Riot's
job.
locking that shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I mean, not just that, but I mean, I think they wanted a bigger share too because obviously it's so successful. Like they deserve to be paid. So
yeah,
I don't know what the exact details of the new revenue split is, but I know they're both slated to make a lot more money based on how successful the first season was.
that
Yeah.
was actually literally the next thing that was on the list.
Oh yeah, can you pull up the article and just does
Yep,
it say anything
it's right
specific?
here. Yep,
Okay.
it's already up. But yeah, I think basically it was pretty much everything you just kind of said, and I think these people had also done like the music videos for the Riot.
That's what blows me away is that they'd previously just been music video or like cinematic cutscene directors for League of Legends, and all of a sudden they come up with this absolutely powerhouse of an animated show. Like I don't know who's on the writing team, but they're a genius. I don't know who's on their like animation or other teams, but they're a genius. Their choreography team. But yeah, no, this show is the new shit. It's so good.
So I mean, here's my opinion on the matter. They got the fucking League of Legends money, and they can pretty much make anything they want to make.
Oh,
Um,
for sure. Yeah.
I think it's always going to be good. That's
But, I
why.
mean, yeah, you'd say that, but there's so many stinkers in Hollywood that start with high budgets and then end up in abject failure or hate. So, I would say never discredit the ability of someone to create something good versus something bad because money is
That's
not the
true.
deciding factor.
All right, yeah.
That's very true.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I mean, clearly they care enough about the property that they got like Marvel levels of detail going on.
Sure.
Uh, but yeah, man, I think it's really cool that they're doing this proper, and they're gonna get people in here to kind of
Yeah.
be interested in League of Legends as a game and as an IP as a whole.
I think, as I said, as Quintessence said, I think the best part about this is that you don't have to like League of Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I will probably never play League of Legends, but
It did get people into League of Legends though.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I mean that was I mean that's part of the point, but it's like it's a win-win. It's like you watch the show, hey, you try League of Legends. It's a good entry level. For sure.
That's fair.
Let's see. So, I guess the next thing we can talk about is the Miss Marvel trailer. Did anybody else watch this by chance?
Yeah, and I checked it out. I liked it. As I said, so like, I don't know. Contestants, what's your opinion on it? Because like, I could talk for a while, and I don't want to be the only one talking.
Okay. I mean,
Well,
I watched it.
Yeah. What are you guys' opinions on it?
You can start backlog.
It looks
I
like
gotta,
Life
I
is
gotta
Strange.
sort my thoughts.
Yeah.
It does look like Life is Strange, doesn't it?
Yes. Honestly, it looks pretty mid to me.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
I don't know who was like, you know what Marvel needs is a fucking teen drama show
But,
about coming of age.
So the thing about it is to me, everything about the trailer has the right vibe, except for the actress. To me, like she's like, I mean, granted, she's kind of written as a surly teen, but like her entire energy is like, I hate everything, I don't want to be here, and like I don't want to watch a show with a teenager with that vibe. Like I've been there, done that. It's not entertaining. Like to me, I wanted that like golden retriever puppy dog energy of like Kate Bishop from Hawkeye, but just in teen form. And like maybe I'm just getting like a trailer's a short form of media. Like maybe I'm forming too much of an opinion from a really short piece.
Yeah.
But like I don't want a surly teenager. Like I want a teenager that's excited to be doing, crazy shit. Because, she's suddenly a part of the superhero world that she's always wanted to be a part of. And as I said, maybe this is gonna be way better and way more heartfelt than I think it's gonna be, but like I wasn't feeling this trailer. That said, I was originally annoyed about the power set change. The more I think about it, the more I don't mind it. Because like as I said, it looks like from this they're giving her like a cosmic band bracelet that's gonna give her like Green Lantern-y powers. Whereas her original powers in the comics are like Reed Richards, like Mr. Fantastic stretchy, whatever.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
that's
she's
right.
stretchy.
Yeah, I'm okay with the power change, to be quite honest. Like, that's not the thing I have an issue with. In fact, this honestly might work out better for, the new way they're doing it in the MCU. I hope it's not boring. Excuse me. That's my biggest thing. Like, I wasn't exactly feeling the vibe of the character in the trailer, but I could very much be wrong.
I mean, I personally think that I'll still give it a shot. I don't think it'll be anything too special, just because obviously it hasn't, really. I don't know. I mean, there's just nothing about it that's like that screams like you gotta see this, you know. And I don't know. I think they like kind of intentionally went with the unconventional like attractive character because they want to like they want to make her seem like she's like everyone else. You know what I mean? But,
Why they didn't make her conventionally attractive?
yeah.
I'm kind of okay with that, honestly. Like,
No, I'm fine with it too.
There are way too many attractive looking heroes
in Marvel's
in the MCU. Yeah, like there need to be some just conventionally looking people, and like you can come up with whatever bullshit reason you want for it. But I mean, like, how many people with superpowers are out there in this world? Like, not everyone has to look like a supermodel, like 10 of 10.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. I just don't want this to be boring. And I wasn't super excited by what I saw. But I mean, it's a trailer. We have all the way till June. It could be way cooler than what my expectations of it are. But I don't know, man. The plot looks very cookie cutter. Like I hope there's something to hook me, because this was not it based on the trailer I saw. Like, this was like it looked like they took the plot of a movie and just was like, we're gonna make a series out of it, and the movie wouldn't even have been that good. So I don't expect the series to be that good either.
True. So I guess since we're on Disney Plus, did anybody watch the Obi-Wan trailer? By chance?
Yes, I watched that too, and that's another thing that I'm saying looked mid. Was my opinion. I love Ewan McGregor back. Don't get me wrong, but like hot take, I thought this trailer looked mid, and I loved that they're trying to bring in stuff from like Fallen Order. Like I
Mhm.
think there was like one of the Imperial like bases that we saw in this trailer was from Fallen Order. I think
Right.
that's sick. But bruh, I feel like if to me it feels like Star Wars has no direction. And that's the saddest part about this. Like I feels like they need a Feige and they don't have one, and it's just killing them on not knowing what kind of tone they want to set or where they want to go with this. I saw so many articles after this trailer came out about how like this show had to be changed and rewritten like 3 different times because the tone was too dark, and they wanted to make the tone too hopeful. And
Yes.
they wanted to change like what was happening between Obi-Wan, or they did want to have Maul show up, but they didn't want to have Maul show up, and it's
Yeah.
like, bruh, make a decision and stick with it. Like this shouldn't be a happy show. Like the Jedi Order was just decimated, it's been decimated for like 10 years, and Obi-Wan's hiding out because he's afraid of endangering himself or anyone else just by knowing his existence. Like this shouldn't be a happy show. I don't know where you got the idea that it should be. Uh and I don't know. I just, as I said, I feel like the show it works great as an idea. Like the show works great as the idea we're gonna make an Obi-Wan show, but as soon as you go to decide what you want to the Obi-Wan show to be, I feel like Disney didn't have anyone there with good enough ideas, so they went with like, let's make money over let's tell a story that needs to be told. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Uh, personally, I think that it's gonna be a great show. But I mean, actually, well, maybe that's a little strong, but I think it'll be a good show. I'm excited to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that's probably where most of my hype is coming from. Because I mean, to me, he was the best part of the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy. Um, but yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. Yo, Quintessence, you got any input on the matter?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of in like a Star Wars overload,
Same.
and I'm just like wondering this whole time as they're releasing all of this new stuff. I'm like, why wouldn't you just take some of the super successful like expanded universe books and like make those into series or something?
Yeah.
Because it seems like such a waste that they've still just decided that the expanded universe is gone. All these characters that a
Yeah.
lot of people enjoyed are gone. Just deal with it. Here,
It's
let's have some more fucking Boba Fett, Mandalorian shit, and Obi-Wan backstory now.
because they would have to have paid someone to have actually read the expanded universe books, which they didn't.
True.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. They'd have to pay
True.
an author like a bunch of money.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's that like if you want to have like a chief kind of content creator or executive or someone who actually knows all the deep lore to pull from, then you have to pay an extensive staff of people who have read the deep lore to actually pull ideas from. And that takes work. That's what I'm saying. Like they need like a Feige team. Like Feige has a team. A bunch of other universes have teams of kind of content editors to like be like, well, this is what's canon or shouldn't be canon or isn't canon. Like I'm pretty sure I read an article a while back said that there's like a whole team just for Blade Runner or something like that. Like there need to be more teams of people that know the extraneous material so you can tell a new story. Rather than because like people love like obviously it shouldn't have to be said that fans love references to older shit. But
Nostalgia.
yeah, but at the same time, like just as I said, if a story is not good enough to be told, I'm almost of the opinion 99.9% of the time just don't tell it. And while an Obi-Wan story sounds nice in theory, I just don't know if there should be a lot there, or
They're
if there
just
is enough
milking the
there.
crap out of the franchise.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
yeah, but that's what they've been doing since they got the Star Wars franchise, which kind
I
of makes
know, right?
yeah.
It's annoying. They just shoehorn it into everything, and
And it makes me even more mad because they had a new sequel trilogy entirely wasted it, and the only good thing they actually turned out ended up being The Mandalorian, which was a TV show offshoot. So it's like, bro,
yeah,
you're batting like 1 for 20 right now. Like, why should
yeah,
you guys be making more properties?
I think
yeah.
they're basically trying to go the Mandalorian route now, because like that's obviously what's what everyone loved.
But Boba Fett mostly sucked, from what I hear, and
Mandalorian literally had to come in and save Boba Fett.
Yep. And
They had to turn it into like second Mandalorian.
The Book of the
and
Mandalorian.
yeah, I said if that, I said if that is, if they don't have any good things going other than the Mandalorian, then as I said, if what happens if this turns out bad? Like that's one more strike against them. I feel like if anything, like they should be putting all their effort into making better TV shows because they need to rebuild the goodwill. And like based on this trailer, I just wasn't that impressed.
Yeah.
I think
Well, my biggest concern is going to be with so many rewrites and so many like changes and like writer changes and all that stuff. I think the tone of the show is just going to be all over the place.
I agree, and that's not
That's
a
my
good
biggest
thing.
concern.
That's not a good thing.
There's too many hands in the cookie jar right now.
Yep.
You know, there's too
If-
many chefs making the soup.
If I'm seeing
Like,
articles already,
It's
and the
probably
show
going to
has-
be a mess.
yeah, if I'm seeing articles
I-
already and the show hasn't even come out yet about how the tone needs to be changed, I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Like
Bad
I
sign.
I would like it to succeed. It would be nice to have more quality Star Wars content. Even though I'm in like Star Wars overload, I still enjoy Star Wars, right? I
Sure.
want it to succeed.
Right.
But they just need to work more at it instead of just churning these things out.
And all they want to do is churn things out.
Yeah,
Best of luck to that show, I guess.
pretty much.
Moving over, did anybody happen to catch any of the Moon Knight stuff? The Moon Knight trailers?
Yes,
Moon
yes.
Knight.
Yes,
I watched the trailer. I watched a video about a reviewer that watched the first 4 episodes. He says it's trippy as fuck, but it's amazing.
Mhm.
Oscar Isaac definitely delivers on the multiple characters. And in truth, that's all I ever wanted from this. So, if it's hype as fuck, if Oscar Isaac pulls off multiple different accents, if it's well written, I'm here for it. So that's all I gotta say. I said we won't know. As I said, I feel like they've been even more hush about this than they have about a lot of their other shit, and I think it's because they know what they have. They know this is gonna blow people away when they see it, and they don't want to ruin the goodwill by like showing off too much in trailers to ruin, how trippy and crazy this is gonna be. So, honestly, I think this will probably be one of the hottest new things out of Marvel that people are talking about, and I'm pretty hyped for it.
Yeah, same. I think it looks really cool. I kind of was like looking into, like, I've heard of Moon Knight forever now, and I've always been interested about the character. I thought he was way more powerful than I thought he had powers, but he's literally basically just Batman. He's Batman with multiple personalities.
Yeah, he's like crazier Batman.
He's crazier Batman, and I didn't realize that.
Yep.
But I think it's interesting that he basically has, in the Marvel comics, he has like huge basic Batman moments, where he does some badass shit. And I'm hoping, I don't know, but like one of my theories is that Ethan Hawke is going to be Doctor Doom. And so I know it sounds strange, but like I really want the incorporation of the Fantastic Four in Marvel, like a good Fantastic Four.
Impossible.
And I think that they're gonna be really good side characters. They're gonna be great side characters, but I don't think that they deserve like it's like the Hulk, it's like he can't really, people haven't really done a good standalone movie. The Ed Norton one's pretty good, but it's not like, it's nothing amazing, but I think in terms of like, figures, like you think of Marvel, you think of like three big things. You have the X-Men, you have the Avengers, and the Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
Those are kind of like a bunch of like huge pillars in Marvel that and of course like right now they're missing, or two of them are missing. Really riding the Avengers into the ground. which I think is obviously what they're gonna do with the multiverse. I hope they finally fucking do something with this multiverse. Um, other than with No Way Home, where it's like, oh yeah, this matters, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like it didn't have any actual real repercussions on the cinematic universe.
Yeah,
And I'm assuming that's because it's a Sony property. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be really good. Um,
agreed.
Quintessence, you got any feedback?
Well, I never really expected to see Moon Knight like brought forward, especially with his own whole show. So I'm just kind of sitting here blown away by how like accurate it looks at first glance
Mm-hmm.
and how well done it seems to be. It seems like the crew behind it took a lot of care and actually knows the subject and the content of Moon Knight,
Yeah,
and it looks really good.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
agree.
excited.
That's kind of my whole point about why Marvel's so successful, though. It looks like someone who actually knows and cares about the source material goes over most of the properties and tries to make it good, or at least genuine, or at least make the character sincere. And I feel like there just isn't a chief creative like that for a lot of these other properties, which is why they end up coming out like crap.
Um, so I guess we can move on to our next Disney property. Or I think, wait, is it Disney property? I don't think so. Is Harry Potter Disney?
Harry Potter is
Warner
Warner Bros.
Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I said, did any of you guys actually get around to watching all of this? Because I didn't. I was planning on it, I just didn't get around to it. I know people have been memeing about it.
I
But
saw it.
yeah, okay. So I'll let you kind of take over the talk for this one.
I did not. I did
Well,
not see it. This is my first time.
I mean, okay, so it's set in the past,
Yep.
right? And so
Graphics look amazing.
they can pretty much do whatever the hell they want with it since it's set in the past.
Yep.
And the graphics do look amazing, but
Huh.
we didn't get too like terribly much, right? Like we got like a basic look at it, like the character creator. Oh, it was just on screen. And like how you're actually sorted into a house, but it's just going to be like a single player story. And I was kind of disappointed by that. I was kind of hoping it would have like some bigger multiplayer like interactions and stuff like that.
Right.
But they'll be able to have like a more focused game, I guess,
Yeah.
without those. So I don't know.
That's always
it's
the
touchy.
tough thing about making a game like this is that, like,
Yeah,
how do you
I
incorporate
wouldn't want
multiplayer
it
elements?
shoehorned in, right?
Yeah,
Like,
like
but then I also
how?
wouldn't want the single player to play second fiddle to a multiplayer.
Yeah.
Which is, it seems like you get one or the other nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big problem these days.
Well, as I said, it's really hard in my mind. If a game is designed, when you design a game, you either design it from one
Mhm.
standpoint or the other. You either design a single player or multiplayer, and the second mode always gets kind of tacked on.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
of course, that feeling always depends on how much you want to work, you want to put into it. Like right now on screen, we're looking at the dueling mini game. They could have made that
Yes.
section multiplayer if they wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
it all depends on where you plug it in, and how you're trying to plug it in. So, yeah, I mean, it might bump some people out that there aren't multiplayer for it. And yeah, they probably could have focused more on that, but I think they wanted to make such a curated single player experience. They decided that one thing was more important.
For sure. Yeah.
Uh, that said,
Which which will
this game is
probably be to its benefit.
yeah. That said, this game is gonna live and die on the strength of first its story, but really secondly its mini games. Because I
Yes.
mean, a Harry Potter game is all about the mini games, like Quidditch, mini
Hmm.
game, potions making, mini game, any of the classes
Yeah.
you go to, mini games. Like if the mini games suck, this game is going to suck.
I
If they
don't
made
remember if we saw anything about like the actual like mini games and how they function because
yeah.
there definitely is like potions class and flying class and all of that stuff, but we don't know, I believe, how they actually function.
Like I played a Harry Potter game before on the Game Boy Advance, and it was amazing.
Oh boy.
But you know why it was amazing? Because the mini games are fun as shit. For each
Yeah.
classes, like it's definitely a fertile arena if you want to design a game with a lot to do, but only if you're willing to put the effort in to actually make cool mini games. So
Yeah.
yeah, this game's strength will 100% be on the shit you do when you're not doing the story. Unfortunately, although I hope the story is cool as shit also.
It looks like
Yeah.
it
I
has a
mean, it
combat system.
looks cool.
Yeah.
Yes, it does have combat, but I don't think we got much information about the combat. It seems like they're pretty hush hush about the deeper details of things.
Saw some really funny posts on Gaming Circle Jerk where they're making fun of it. Because the whole point of the game, I guess, is you're trying to put down a goblin uprising. Yeah, a goblin rebellion, and of course, like the goblins look uncomfortably like the stereotype for like Jews. So like the
Oh.
meme was that like it was
Oh.
like you talking to like a Nazi in the like in from what's that game where you fight Nazis? I can't remember.
Oh, there's some of the
Uh
combat on display right there.
what's the game?
Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein, yeah, it was a clip from like Wolfenstein 2 where you're talking to the Nazis in the little bar in the town. And it was like, hey, you guys ain't excited about that new Harry Potter game? And I'm like, yo, y'all taking this a little
Jesus.
far.
It went there, right?
Well, yeah, it was. I
Personally,
laughed.
I don't really see it. They just kind of
Yeah.
look like goblins to me. I don't know.
It's like I don't know. There's that line of like where did the subconscious creature design come from for a lot of this? I mean, same with like the same thing can be said about like Watto from like Star Wars Episode 1 and like how the Gungans have like slanty eyes and you're like, that's sus, George Lucas. It's very sus.
I think
Right.
people are looking into it too
No,
much.
I kind of don't. I think Lucas should have passed those by another creative before he went with those character designs, but that's another issue.
But
Um,
so just because it can be part of like a caricature or possibly like a racist thing, it can't be a part of any character's design?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that like it was a little like, George Lucas, okay, I see you. I don't know if I'm okay with that, but I see
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Like how the Gungans were Jamaicans, like bruh, like okay, okay. I mean, maybe he was just inspired by Jamaican culture and he wanted to make a fish people. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Harry Potter, the combat,
Combat
it
looks
looks
cool. We're
it
looking at
looks
it in the trailer.
boring.
You
It
think it
looks
looks boring?
boring. Yeah, I think it
Ooh.
looks boring because there's not much going on,
No, he
right?
just did a
You're just
dash.
Yeah,
yeah,
Anyway.
he's the Dark Souls
but
roll.
to dodge what?
I don't know. No one has gotten close to him yet.
Yeah, they don't. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like like in one part of the trailer, I remember. Well, not the trailer, like part of the state of play or whatever. I remember he's in like this dark field, right? And there's like all these other like witches and wizards around, and
Yeah.
he's just blasting them, and they're just standing there taking it. Like they're not like blasting him back or anything like that. They're all just getting slaughtered.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a single player game. The AI has to play dumb for you to win. You know what I mean? Like, if you were really
I
going up
guess?
against like
No!
5 other people,
He's
you'd
got
get
a
owned.
parry.
Like,
Anyway.
if
Yeah,
AI had the same skills you did,
he has parries, dodges. He can like pull items to him and fling them at things.
well, I mean, you also got to figure he might not just go up against wizards in this. Like, he might go into the Forbidden Forest and like be attacked by like spiders or other.
Oh, you're definitely gonna go into the forest.
Yeah.
100%.
So I mean, there might be some actual
But
like non-human creatures that do melee.
Stealth
yeah.
mechanics.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
got invisibility spell.
This game has a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope it does well.
Look, for all the
Because-
effort they're putting into it, it looks like it can't not do well. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it won't do Elden Ring
I mean, the
numbers.
story could be bad. The
Ah,
combat could be just nothing.
Maybe.
The mini
Maybe.
games could be just atrocious.
Maybe.
Like,
I think the biggest sin this game can commit is not selling as bad as they want it to, but
yeah.
an actual Harry Potter experience that someone put time, money, and effort into, it's gonna sell well. It might not sell
Yeah.
well as they want it to, but it's gonna sell well.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's all that we've seen of like the actual potion making was right there.
Yeah.
Like the little mini game. It was literally like rotate R stick, press one button.
Well, I mean, like in the Harry Potter movies, was anybody getting all up in the grill and like, was there hand to
No one's
hand
throwing
combat?
punches. No one was ever throwing punches.
Oh, was Amanda
So
Goran?
yeah,
I was talking about the potion making and shit.
no, but he was on the
Example.
previous topic about the melee. Yeah, I mean, no one actually throwing punches. It would have been cool if like there were some legit battle mages that did, but ain't nobody doing that.
Yeah, no, not really.
So is this open
That's
world?
just
open world
it
in the
seems
sense
to be
that like
semi open.
so there, as I said, we talked about this last podcast. There's different levels of open world. This is going to be the type that like it's like there's linear areas, but
Yeah.
you can travel between them in almost any order you'd like. So it's gonna be like open linear.
Yeah. I mean, they also talked about how proud they were of like their puzzles and like hidden objects and stuff like that, like hidden paths. So this game's focus is definitely going to be on like the exploration.
I wouldn't be shocked if a dialogue choice like moved up, like appeared in front of you while talking to someone. This is giving me some strong like, I don't know, it gives me like what's the name of that game? Fallout vibes in a way. But I mean, maybe if it was made by Blizzard or Bethesda, I should say.
Oh man, I wouldn't have much hope for it if that was the case.
Yeah, but it does. Honestly, this looks like probably the best Harry Potter game that has been ever made.
This was like more than a couple $1 million was spent to make this game. I mean, you can tell this has the like $10 to $100 million budget price tag look to it. This is a triple A Harry Potter game.
It's a good looking game. Like it. I wish it the best. I mean, that's it.
We'll just see if the actual gameplay entertainment level matches the price. That's the real question. But yeah, it's the best looking Harry Potter game ever to be made, and I hope it does the numbers that they want it to do, or maybe at least half the numbers. Basically, long story short, I just want more good things in the Harry Potter universe.
Right.
It's gonna do numbers. It's gonna do numbers just based on the franchise. That's a fact.
And yeah, it would just be nice to see. As I said, I think Harry Potter is such a fertile area to do video games, and I'm always more surprised that they haven't done more. Like as I said, I think I've said multiple podcasts multiple times. There should have been a Wii Harry Potter game with the Wiimote, but that never happened. There should be a VR Harry Potter game, but who knows if that'll ever happen? Maybe if this is successful, it will.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what we see. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yo, next topic is Steam Deck. The emulation on it is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, I hear it's an emulation fucking machine, and I'm hyped for it.
I didn't get around to watching the video.
Yep.
But I have read a bunch about how well it emulates.
Yeah,
it's
so
kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
It can play up to PS3 games.
Nice.
So it's gonna be really good to have this on the go. And it can play like GameCube games, all that stuff. It may be like the best way to kind of like
it can even play Switch games. Nintendo doesn't want you to know, but it can play Switch games. Nintendo snipers are on their way.
What is it? Switch games in 1080p at 60 FPS.
Yep.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Before the Nintendo snipers catch on, let's stop talking.
I mean, possibly. Who knows?
Yep.
But either way, this does look amazing, and I can't wait. Comes out. It's gonna be
Yeah.
really, really awesome. Especially have like fighting games on the go.
Yeah.
And
Less than desirable controls for said fighting games, though.
I mean, you can hook a Bluetooth controller up to it. That's what most people are gonna do.
Yeah,
I
like I
mean,
said, less than desirable controls for fighting games.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be bringing a USB Type C to I'm sorry, yeah, to USB regular USB adapter with me, and an
Yeah,
arcade
there it
stick,
is.
just like
Yeah,
sitting
there it
there.
is.
Does it only have a USB-C out? Yeah, I'll have
Uh,
to too. If
yeah, it has a
I
dock
think it
though.
only has USB-C. Yeah,
yeah, I have an
Uh,
adapter. I'll be fine.
it
But
has a
yeah,
dock with like a couple 3.0s, right?
dude, I'm surprised they
I think
haven't
so.
gone in on like a dedicated dock though, like
It's
kind of like the Switch has. I know you can obviously buy an off the shelf like third party dock solution, but like man, like I want to be like
they
hooking this up to a TV like tomorrow.
they do have a dedicated dock.
Yeah,
Do
they have
that?
a
That is
dedicated dock.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's not out yet, but they are working on it. And
I love these playing Bloody Roar.
Yeah, it's 6 foot.
yeah, I mean, like all of these cool emulated games you can play on the go. And I don't know if you
Oh,
guys like follow any of like the handheld emulations, but it's most of the handheld emulation is trash. And anything that can do what the Steam Deck is doing is like around $500 to $600, sometimes more.
oh,
So this is gonna pretty much
sorry.
blow the third party market out of the water.
This is the
Um,
best price point for emulation that's basically been seen. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, but availability is gonna be rough, I imagine.
Availability is pretty rough. My I pre-ordered in December and I'm already in the Q3s, so
yeah, I think I'm in Q3 as
Ouch.
well. Uh,
Ouch.
so I mean, hey, I'm still excited. So wait, when does that mean that we have the opportunity to buy ours, or
till Q3, so that's June.
it's June? I mean that's not too far away.
If you don't get pushed back again.
It's
Just
true.
don't say that shit, okay? Look, I'm hoping that you know
Hopium and copium.
copium, and listen,
Opium tells me I'm still getting my Sinden light gun anytime soon, but I've been waiting.
gonna happen,
Supposedly,
man.
supposedly
Promise.
it's in the next 2 weeks, but I'm been waiting.
But yeah, man, like this is looking pretty damn sick, and everything I've seen about it so far has gotten me more and more excited, especially like seeing Tekken and KOF 15.
If you're
Yeah.
if you're a video game old head like us, if you want to play old and classic shit, this is definitely the coolest way to do it on the go, without a
Yeah.
doubt. And the fact that you can also play modern shit on it, that's just icing on the cake.
Oh no, well, I mean, for me it's modern things first and then emulation. But
It's the other way around, but it's
uh
50.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey man, to each his own, and there's nothing wrong with like being excited to play, I don't know, like Shadow of the Colossus again or something like that. Like this dude's playing
Oh,
Demon Souls
what
on
a
the go. But
what? He's playing Shadow of the Colossus. Oh,
he,
now you switch it to Demon Souls.
yeah, there's a delay. Um, but
You're ahead
yeah,
by just 2 seconds.
yeah. So I mean, just like stuff like this where it's just gonna be sick, man. I'm super hyped.
Yeah. Where's
So
Kingsfield? This is bullshit.
Kingsfield.
Demon
Oh,
Souls, but no Kingsfield?
goddamn
How
Kingsfield.
dare.
But yeah,
Uh,
no, I'm hype about this too. But yeah, what else we got on the agenda?
I'm hyped,
so
but I don't have a use for it, so you know.
let's move on to did anybody watch the Tekken Bloodlines trailer?
I watched the Tekken
Did
Bloodlines trailer.
it come out yesterday or something like that? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
The anime is already
It's
out.
no, the
No, the
trailer
trailer.
came
Oh
The
out
yeah.
trailer.
yesterday.
Yo, this looks. You know what? I know like a lot of people are shitting on
So,
it, but it looks good to me.
okay, well, I think it's the same animation team that was behind Kengan Ashura or Kengan Ashura,
Hmm.
however the hell you say it. And that was good, but this doesn't seem to have the same polish. Like you're gonna see it right there where
It
June's
feels
like
like
doing her
anime on a
weird little
budget.
fight, and it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Like, did you see like June doing like her little cartwheels and shit? It looked really bad.
This definitely seems like they were on a budget. they were
Yeah.
on a fixed salary anime devs.
But it is neat that they actually did include like Tekken moves. Like there's Heihachi's, 112
Right.
classic. And
Uh,
you get to see
Paul,
Jin's
your boy
while
Paul.
standing
Hey,
3.
there's my boy dude whose name starts with L. Damn it, why can't I
Leroy.
remember?
I hope it's good,
Leroy.
but I hope the animation has improved a bit since that trailer.
Yes. But yeah,
Like I hope that was like some early ass shit.
no.
yo,
And
They were
it's gonna
on a
be
fixed salary anime devs. They did what they could, okay?
okay, so here's
If
why.
the story's good, I'll be happy.
Here's why I'm excited. Yeah, I'm more coming from the story perspective.
Oh, and it probably takes place in Tekken 3.
It's a prequel to Tekken 3.
Is it a prequel to Tekken 3? I thought it would take place in Tekken 3.
No, this beginning part is before Tekken 3.
Oh yeah, but we're definitely gonna get into Tekken 3, right? Like
Yeah. It might even go
because
beyond that.
we see True Ogre in this.
No, you don't see True Ogre. You see Ogre.
Oh, great.
No, don't we see True Ogre?
Well, no, that's True Ogre is the one where he's like has the beast form.
Yeah, we see a silhouette of it.
Oh, I didn't
It-
see that.
If you move forward, there's like a little thing where it's showing like various characters, and you see like True Ogre like flying in the air, like shooting out fire. Because there's Ancient Ogre right there
Yeah.
on the screen right now.
Spoilers. Jun doesn't win this fight.
Indeed.
She in fact
Fight against Ogre?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's the boss of Tekken 3.
And Ganryu's there for some reason.
She gets her head cut off. In fact.
Ooh. Did not know
It's
that.
quite a loss.
Yeah, and that's in the beginning of but this is gonna go over like what happens before Tekken 3, where obviously Heihachi's
There's
gonna
True
be
Ogre right there.
training Jin, and you get to be
He ain't true to this.
you get to be kind of like you get to have the backstory of things. Like it's not just like gives you a brief summary.
True Ogre was
of what
before
happened.
Leroy, I think.
Okay. But yeah, like I'm definitely
in the trailer.
excited for this. And I want to I'm gonna watch it. And I think
It'd
this
be
is
nice if it does well. Because that means, like, the Tekken desire is there. And they'll see that.
yeah.
Do you think people will want more Tekken anime?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I
If
mean,
this does well, yeah, for sure.
also think about all the Tekken animation and like movies and things we've gotten before. They're all kind
And
of
how
crap.
underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did see that thing about the did you put the Darkstalkers thing in the news too?
That's actually in the extra, but I mean we can talk about
Well,
it.
I mean, long story short, I mean, yeah, I think a lot of old school fighting game anime is kind of coming back in vogue. So, yeah, I mean that could totally be possible.
Well, we're kind of having like a fighting game renaissance right now.
Oh,
yeah,
for
I would 100% argue that.
All
and
right.
yeah, I hope we get some better stories out of fighting games, but we are definitely having a fighting game.
I'm not here for the story.
I'm here for the multiplayer. So
I'm here for the rollback.
Other than that, guys, definitely we're starting to wrap things up. So we only have a few things to cover now. What do you guys want to talk about? We got DNF Duel, Street Fighter V, Strive. Obviously, we have.
We haven't even gotten anywhere. We've only got like.
I'd like to talk about Strive.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go about Strive, and then we'll do some other stuff. I could go for another like half hour. I don't know what you guys are trying to do, but
I'm trying to have Common Rider Club.
Yeah, we got Rider Club at 8. We should figure something out about this. But
yeah, because we always run long. Yeah, true. But let's talk about GG Strive.
So GG Strive, we have a Testament reveal. Testaments in the game. If I was gonna bet on any character being in Strive, it would not be Testament, especially with Testament's reputation as "LOL, you just stepped on my invisible trap."
Oh boy, they also like
Well,
drastically changed his
we needed
design.
we needed one more zoner. Okay, well, first of all, should have said
Drastically
his
changed their design.
air design. Boom, got him.
Whoa.
Testament is now officially non-binary, according
Correct.
to the Arc System Works wiki. So
And to
they
go
now
all in on that,
yes,
have you listened to the difference between the English dub and the Japanese dub for Testament?
I have it. No,
Okay, for the Japanese dub, they
Yep.
have a female VA,
Mhm.
and for the English dub, they have a male VA.
Damn cool.
Oh wow.
So they're really like doubling down on the whole non-binary thing.
All I know is that those
Testament looks
fine.
fantastic. This is the best Testament has
Yeah, no,
ever looked, in my opinion.
Testament definitely looks dope as fuck in this. Definitely
And
going
no
for
invisible traps in sight, but maybe that's because we can't see them. I don't know.
definitely looking for that like goth Lolita style. And making it look dope as fuck,
bro, I don't know. I think Testament might be a trap.
dude.
Wow,
saying.
that's insensitive.
You gotta open the door to find out, man. You gotta
Is it?
open Pandora's box.
I'm not looking forward to find this character. That's fair, Breezels.
It's like that meme about like what's in your pants, and they're just saying darkness, but like with Testament, like literally, because you
Yeah,
can just
right.
manifest shit.
But
Yeah,
Testament is amazing.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear Strive just kind of knocked it out of the park recently because Testament has been like a requested character. People
Yeah.
love or hate Testament or love to hate Testament. But
you know this
what
game
they
is
also did
yeah.
is they confirmed crossplay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
They confirmed crossplay between PlayStation and PC.
To me, this is the bigger announcement than Testament because the DLC
Yeah, no,
character, is a DLC character.
This is huge. This is like the dream. They're
Yeah.
basically making the statement that Strive is not going to die.
Yep.
Because the numbers have been kind of faltering on PC for a while now, but with crossplay, that just doesn't matter.
Yeah. They are
But-
literally the biggest game in town, and by making a statement by changing it to crossplay, they're like, we're gonna be around
Yeah.
for a while. So
They're they're sending a message. They're like,
Yeah.
all right, everyone who wants to compete with us,
Yeah.
now you have to have crossplay.
Yep. Get good,
Absolutely.
scrub.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know that meme about like when like the Joker from the Dark Knight is like burning money, and it's just like it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Like I don't care if like they had to pull up on like Gabe Newell's doorstep with a truck full of cash to make this happen. This is the sickest thing to happen in fighting games in a while.
Yeah, it was probably
Yeah.
more Sony sided, but you
Yeah.
know.
Either way, dope as
Man.
fuck.
I don't think it crossplays with Xbox though, does it? Or is Strive even on Xbox?
Keep open. I think it is. Yeah.
5 total battle stages 2, Guilty Gear additional color packs, another story. Yeah, I've not played through the Guilty Gear story yet.
I played a bit of it. I wasn't a fan of how they presented it, but whatever.
But yeah, no, I think this is really cool. They definitely took the character and brought him into like an interesting like I did not expect
Indeed,
them to
they
change.
did bring them
Yep.
into an interesting.
Am I am I using the wrong pronouns
That's
here
right.
or
You gotta get the pronouns right, bro.
You are.
They
You
now-
are.
listen,
They are. They or
them
them.
pussy.
look, I don't mean to offend you, but until I actively memorize pronouns, I'm not going to get this correct. I just hope you know that.
Practice makes perfect.
Insensitive streamer, sir. Insensitive.
You,
streamer.
you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it.
Twitter
I'm
already
sorry.
canceled. You were canceled. 10 hours ago.
I heard the canceling when he said trap. Honestly.
No!
Listen,
Wait,
he's an
let's-
anime
wait,
character.
I love how he refers to
Hey?
Testament when he's talking about that. When the real guessing game is whether or not they'll ever bring Bridget back. Because I was reading the article on Bridget. Oh my god, that whole character story's a mess. But, like that's even worse than the whole like poison like male to female trans like thing that happened.
I mean, Bridget's a unique character, you know. I think we'll probably see Bridget again.
I'd be surprised, but holy moly, I wouldn't be surprised if
I wouldn't
they write
be
like
surprised. Bridget's a very popular character.
yeah. I definitely think Bridget will come back, but they might simplify some of that character's backstory to make it less problematic or just less confusing. Fuck. Like
Speaking of
like
traps,
That's fair.
yeah.
Bridget. Um,
Yep.
DNF Duel. Yo.
Oh, DNF Duel.
So hype
okay.
about DNF Duel. We have a release date, June 28th.
Come on, June
Yeah,
Ghost
we do.
Ghostblade looks awesome as fuck. Can't wait to play him. Probably gonna day one buy this game. Not gonna lie.
Really?
If it is not a $60 game, then yes, probably. If it's like a $40 game, then probably yes.
I
This
think
game looks sick as fuck.
So Ghostblade, really cool. Ghostblade, really cool. Yeah, Ghostblade. But the game still looks super slow. The movement is so slow in this game.
it does feel chunky.
And I don't think I'll ever get over that. They really need to overhaul how fast you move.
The whole
it takes
block
so
button.
long to cross the screen. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
The biggest complaints I saw were that it's impossible to open people up. Overheads are hella slow, and the fact that there is a block button is like, bro, why are we even trying?
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. I don't like
cross-
the way it plays.
You didn't like the way it played?
I didn't either. I love all the characters. They're so cool. They're so
Yes.
well designed, but the way it plays is just so mind numbing.
I think it
at
looks
this
sick.
point.
Granted, I
I mean,
didn't play it.
It does look sick.
Yeah.
That is part of the problem, though.
Yeah.
It just looks sick. It's not showing you that, oh, you actually move like a fucking turtle to try to get in on people.
Yeah, it's just
And
showing you
there's like
combos.
full screen zoning
Got it,
with
got it.
resetting of the full screen.
Not showing you
Got it.
footsies.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that the only thing that's really good about this game is that the amount of when you do get into the combo system, there is a lot you can do. But
Yeah.
there's
Combos are cool.
there's gonna be touch of death shit. I can already tell.
Oh, for sure.
That's and I just did not once people found out the meta of how to play some of the characters, it just was not fun. And I think honestly this game's probably gonna be as popular as maybe Grand Blue Fantasy Versus or some shit.
Grand Blue
Oof.
Fantasy Versus is such a better game than this.
People were saying this is a better Grand Blue, better version of Grand Blue. Interesting.
Nah, completely disagree on that one.
At least this game will have a rollback, whereas Grand Blue won't. But
Grand Blue might get rollback though.
I mean, if Persona 4 got it, I mean, old shit can get rollback. I'm still hoping they bring back the new Samurai Showdown from the dead. That game was cut down before its time by COVID and not having rollback.
I mean, it's likely, man. It's likely it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Um,
it could happen.
I mean,
Also we saw another character for DNF Duel.
oh,
The female engineer was shown finally
the
in
female
her.
engineer. Hold on, let me check this out.
Yeah, I think it
AWG,
was
the Arc World Tour. Yeah.
I think it was at the end of the
It's at
Arc
the
World
end of
Tour.
one of the trailers.
So-
Yeah,
yeah, that one.
you just see like a glimpse of her.
Yeah, I just I think the game looks awesome and I like
There
it.
she is.
I
She's
think
cool.
the game looks awesome. It's definitely a cool game. I just can't see myself playing it, especially when I played the beta. And I just didn't care for it. I just I'm not a big anime fighting game player. I don't really like anime fighters. The closest thing I'll get is probably Marvel 1 or 2.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, or Melty Blood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I just or Guilty Gear. But yeah, I don't think it's for me.
I'm not into anime fighters proceeds to list 6 anime fighters, but I'm just not really into them.
Hold 2 of them. I mean, there's not. I'm just saying I'll never invest time into it,
That's
most
fair.
anime fighters. That's what I mean. I enjoy some of them, but I'm never gonna be good at them. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Street Fighter 5, guys.
So yeah, I
Sure.
mean, real quick, SF5 did what is thought to be its probable final update. They added some kind of neat stuff. Character rebalance stuff, of course. But the big stuff was that they added some, although it's only offline stuff for now, but like a cell reshade for all the characters. That looks kind of dope, actually. I'm kind of mad that the game didn't originally have that look. The cell reshade looks amazing for a lot of the characters. It definitely makes a lot of the colors pop more. It's just a better kind of stylized look for the
Pixel
game.
looks like trash.
Oh, Pixel
Yeah.
does look like trash. Like, I don't even know
It
why
does
they
look like
included
trash.
that shit.
It
Yeah.
doesn't even look like Pixel. Like
Yeah.
I
No.
expected like an old
See,
school like arcade
It's
look,
act-
and instead I just got this awful filter that
It's actually
obscures
just
the
a
entire
CRT
screen.
filter.
See, but that's the thing. You guys actually need a CRT monitor to experience. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, okay. So that was the other thing they added, other than the cell shading, which still looks amazing, and I think that's how the game should have looked originally.
I agree.
But the pixel reshade looks kind of crappy. If not more than kind of crappy, very crappy. And we're
Yep.
disappointed they all did that. No, just some final quality of life stuff. A couple other colors for the tracksuits, if that mattered to you.
Oh.
New combos for a bunch of characters. The new combo routes actually do look kind of sick. Of
It
course,
looks like they're going for more of a for fun approach rather than
Yeah.
a this is balanced approach.
You know what
from
you know what
I've
it looks
seen
like?
of like the new combos.
It almost looks
Oh wait,
like
he just converted off of what?
it almost looks like they're like, hey, KOF's fun. Let's get
Yeah.
closer to that.
Maybe. Like
Yeah, but it's
you're
too late
on
in game's
screen
life
right
for
now the
anyone to
absurd shit
care.
that Ryu does.
Yes.
Yeah, it's way too late in the game's life cycle for anyone to care. It's the real sad part.
Yeah.
I think
but-
this will be, honestly, I think this is gonna breathe like whole new life into this game, like USF4 like type shit.
Memeing, it's great.
Am I memeing?
I feel like you're memeing.
No,
I
I'm
don't-
not.
Are you not memeing? You're serious?
Yeah.
I think Street Fighter will always do fine because they included crossplay.
Yeah. Numbers wise for players.
And that
yeah.
kind of like
Oh my
keeps it
god, that pixel filter.
alive. And the pixel filters.
Who the fuck decided that was a good idea? Anyway,
Who thought, who
They were
thought that's
playing
what
on
it looked?
CRT, and it looked amazing to them.
My CRT looked way better than that.
Yeah.
yeah, that just looks like a bunch of shit on my screen.
Yeah, it's just a
The
bunch
new
of
tracksuit-
garbage.
You guys don't want Rio in a Mexican tracksuit? Come on, Mexican Rio.
Your
now.
tracksuits are pretty hype.
Yo, tracksuits are fucking stupid.
No, Mexican, you take that back. You take that back.
No, you kiss my ass. Those things suck.
Mexican tracksuit Rio is the new
Wow,
hotness.
rude. But yeah, the update looks fun.
Yeah. The
It's-
song remixes are actually pretty sick.
It's nice
even
that
they did all the-
some companies actually say when the final update is, and others you're just left to guess and wonder.
Comes out at the end of the month. Damn.
Yeah, no, I love this whole new meta of video gaming where we only announce shit that's happening soon, like within 6 months. It's amazing, or within even the same like 2 weeks. That should have always been a thing, but now it makes me even more hype because like you don't have to wait too long for shit you want to come out. It's just out. I
Yeah.
love that. Like Testament got it out what 3 days ago? He's out in like 8 days or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Like that's always how it should work.
But yeah, I think like I know, does anybody else agree with me, or am I crazy about the Street Fighter 5 thing?
Breathing
about
life in the game? No, I don't.
Like
I
that'll like breathe life. I don't. I think it'll bolster numbers.
I
It's
think people are kind of.
possible that we could end up with like a Street Fighter 4 situation.
I think it's not in Omega mode though. It's just a couple new combos.
Nobody fucking played Omega mode, dude. People played Omega mode for like a week.
I'm not talking Omega mode because
Yeah.
with all the new like combo routes and stuff, it feels like more of like a championship edition kind of
Yes.
deal.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
I already had a
so
championship.
it definitely
a year ago.
it definitely could like breathe life more into the game.
Yes.
It'll get more players, that's for sure.
If
Just
I
seeing
play
like
it
the new combo routes is neat.
and it's fun, I'll start playing it again. Like, I don't know. That's as simple as it. You know.
I think
That's
people
kinda
are
how
over
video
it.
games work.
I think people are over it. I think people are over this game.
I mean, people were over this game when it first came out, so
A lot of
I-
people were, yeah.
went through like 3 different design philosophy changes.
Yeah, but we're in the Third Strike era of Street Fighter V.
We really are, though.
We are.
You
Third
say
Strike
that as a
and
joke,
or
but we really are the Third Strike era of SF5.
I think that's what like, and even like Ultra Street Fighter 4 by the end of it, like you know, August, we both were watching competitive fighting games like a lot at that point, and
Yeah.
like it was hype as fuck.
It was. I think, I don't know, something about Street Fighter 5, man. I think it never had,
Stigma.
it never knew, but it's not even that. It's playing the game. I think it never knew what it wanted to be long enough to really implement that vision on the scale that it should have. And that's what hurts the game most, is that like it had a bunch of good ideas, but it never put them together into a great game. And that's what makes me so frustrated about it.
Who was like?
It got more of an identity towards the end, but again, it just missed out on so much time. I don't think it's ever going to get that time back in terms of the hype it could have gotten.
yeah, but what if it's the Ultra, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 Ultra, and like, oh my
They said
god.
it's coming out next year, so it's the reign is over.
Yeah, but Street Fighter 4 ended up having a very successful like life that's still going because of Ultra. This could be like the Ultra for Street Fighter 5.
I doubt it.
I
but
agree.
This championship final update could easily be the Ultra.
Yep.
Just based on what I've seen with all the new combo routes and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Man, other than that, man, those tracksuits, I just don't care.
Tracksuits.
And
Man, love 'em.
and then the pixels, like why did they didn't need to do that. That like
It doesn't even work online.
if
Yeah.
You can only use single player. Who plays single player Street Fighter 5 in fucking
No,
2022?
It'll
more
only
people
show
than
up.
you'd think.
I think it'll only show up.
No, you
Yeah,
literally
actually-
can't.
Yeah, you're right. You really can't. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. You're right. You ain't wrong.
Also, okay, so moving on, Crusader Kings 3, a
This
new
was
religion featuring
I
T-Pain.
love this. Yo, T-Pain did so 2 things I never thought would mix are T-Pain. I know he's a streamer now. I know he's into video games, but I guess I don't watch his channel enough. I didn't know he cared. Maybe he doesn't, but like the T-Pain Crusader Kings matchup to me is hilarious. And I loved it. And
I didn't get a
yeah.
chance to watch it.
Oh, this video's funny as fuck. Long story short, T-Pain has his own like English Reformation, which was when like the English like Protestant king split up with the church, because he was mad that he wasn't allowed to like change
Divorce his wife.
Divorce his wife. So T-Pain does the same thing, but he invents his own new religion and he calls it Buddhism, and it's like super progressive. It allows like same-sex marriage and divorce, and is the most hilarious thing ever. But yeah, no, Crusader Kings is a hilarious game. You can do kind of whatever you want with all like medieval like intrigue and whatever. And I just thought the idea of like T-Pain being in this game and creating his own religion to be the funniest thing in the world. And clearly whoever wrote this commercial did too.
They were like, "Hey, T-Pain, you want to play this game?" He's like, "Yeah, but I gotta be able to do whatever the fuck I want." And he's like, "All right." And so they're like, they just let him write his own script, and then he made this video in a green screen. But yeah, it definitely was a strange choice for a promo of a game.
Very strange.
Yeah.
That's how we get all the best thing. It's like that's how Reese's Puffs were created. Like you got your Reese's in my Puffs, you got your Puffs in my Reese's. Like I know I'm saying that wrong. Yeah,
you were all wrong, but it's fine.
Yo, guys.
Yeah.
Doritos bags will now have 5 fewer chips thanks to inflation.
I'm salty about this because Dorito bags usually only have like 25 chips in them anyway.
This is the chip shortage gamers should be most mad about.
It's the supply chain.
I'll just stick to Cheetos. It's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's what like a fit. Like you said, that's like a fifth of the bag. Doritos don't have that.
If you're talking the little ones, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty effing lame. And yeah, I mean, of course they're gonna sell it to you at the same price point. So like, fuck,
of course.
fuck
Probably
shrink.
more,
Yeah,
honestly. Whatever.
yeah. So in the industry, I guess that's called shrinkflation. So fuck shrinkflation. And fuck the Doritos execs that think their profits are more important than me eating my Doritos.
Now you know,
And-
Breezels.
Yeah, Breezels, this is big news.
This is huge
Yeah.
news,
Big
dude.
news.
This was like worthy to be on our podcast.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I thought it was funny, and I thought it was important for people to know that they're getting screwed by every time they go to eat their
5
Doritos.
chips.
let the people know.
You know,
Let the people know about the
Exactly.
Doritos.
What's next?
the
3
information,
fewer Pringles?
the
This is
information must
bullshit.
get out. Okay, we can't let the Doritos companies win.
They're never gonna win. Yeah, I don't know, man. Moving on. Russian fast food chain, backed by Parliament to replace McDonald's, reveals
Show them the
near
logo.
identical branding.
You gotta show them the logo. That's the whole point.
It's actually not in. There's no picture of it in the article.
I linked you a different thing with the thing. I put a different article in there. Give me a second. Long story short,
This is not.
if you just
this is not
if
what
you
I
just
think it
search the article, you can find like a Fox Business article that is the same thing and it shows the logo.
was. Okay,
But,
yeah, let's check this out.
Search the caption. But long story short, so a bunch of companies decided to leave Russia because the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. Russia said that if a lot of these companies didn't come back, they'd lose their trademarks to be able to function in Russia.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. See, you have to see it.
Fucking serious,
That's
dude?
my whole point. Yes.
It's
So, yes. Okay. Yes. Is it so? That was why you needed to see it. So, literally,
Yeah, it's called a replacement.
the company that decided to be the replacement for McDonald's, that Russia's supposedly greenlighting, basically just took the McDonald's logo,
right.
flipped it on
Flip
its side,
And
and
called it
that's what
good.
they're going to use as their new logo.
Fucking
So, like,
genius.
I don't know if you've seen like Coming to
This isn't
America.
McDonald's, this is McDonald's. What are you
McDonald's,
talking about?
exactly. So apparently that's acrylic B, which makes a V sound. And this company's called like Uncle Vanya's or whatever. So that's how they're getting away with like stealing it and making it make sense. But yeah, this to me is so much like fucking Coming to America when the dude had like McDonald's versus McDowell's and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys ever seen that like Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
time
mean,
ago.
remember how his commercial was his restaurant was basically like McDonald's. So McDonald's was always trying to sue him, but he like changed like one thing
Right.
and then called it like the same thing.
Legally
yeah,
distinct.
Legally distinct.
Legally
yeah,
distinct, yeah.
To me, this is like the most blatant, like legally distinct ripoff I have ever seen. Because it's literally just the golden arches of McDonald's flipped on their side. But that's what they're gonna go with if they get the license to replace McDonald's. So
Remember, this is gonna be in history books, guys.
Yeah.
Hope you know that.
Yep. But I thought this was hilarious.
It's the Uncle Vic Donald's era of the Soviet Union.
Uncle Vanya's McDonald's. Uncle Vic Donald's.
And then let's see, what else did we have here? Is there anything else you guys wanted to cover before we wrap up here? I know
It's done. There was the one thing about like Brittany Griner being detained in Russia. Long story short, she's a WNBA player that goes and plays in Russia.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard of her. Okay.
Yeah, because they make way more money over there than playing over here, because reasons. But so she got detained for bringing drugs over. Whether it's true or not, who knows? But of course, then the whole Russia-Ukraine thing popped off. So a lot of people thinking her stay will be extended in Russia, and like it's dumb, funny, and sad at the same time because it's just like there's that like Dave Chappelle like video about like the terrorists hijacking a plane with black people on, and then they're like they call up the whatever authority who's like, we have 5 black hostages. Hello, like they don't even stay on the line. Because it's just like, man, ain't nobody care about this person, which is sad, but I can kind of see it. So yeah, I mean, who knows how this will turn out? I mean, she'll probably be fine, but I mean, who knows how long she will be stuck in Russia, and whether or not she'll get, extradited back to the United States before or after the whole Ukrainian thing blows over is a different story. But I feel bad for her because I mean, bruh, I mean,
Bruh.
you wrong place, wrong time. Wrong
Bruh.
place, wrong time.
Quinn, you got anything you wanted to bring up?
I don't think so. Let me do a little once over here.
Whack Arnold's. That's what this looks like. Everybody see that Dave Chappelle sketch where he talks about Whack Arnold's?
No.
It's in the Chappelle show. It's like where he works at McDonald's because there's this commercial about how working at McDonald's is like a respectable thing because you have a job, but then everybody
Oh.
just makes fun of him.
Digimon Survive.
Oh
The
right.
project's alive.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
I
that.
honestly thought it was dead.
A lot of
And
people
probably
did.
everyone else did too.
I didn't even play the
So-
first one.
Okay.
No, no.
Was there first one?
There-
Was there? What's the joke you're trying to make here?
I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm just saying. Like I didn't mean to
I didn't
summon
think there was-
silence upon us. Anyway.
I didn't think there was a first one.
There isn't. It's just Digimon Survive. It's a visual novel.
Yeah,
Oh. Is
in
it
the
visual
Digimon
novel?
universe.
Yeah, a visual novel with a little bit of combat.
I thought it was like the cyber,
that's
like a sequel to the Cyber Trackers or some shit.
Cyber Sleuth? No.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nope.
no, totally different game.
Nope. It's a different set of games. Well, hopefully a set of games. I don't know, depending on how well it does and how good it is.
Yep.
But yeah, very surprising to actually see anything about Digimon Survive. You can see how old it is by at the
Test.
end, it's like PS4. And
Yeah.
it doesn't even list a PS5 version.
Oh boy. That's because the
That's how
PS5 isn't
How long
real.
the development went.
Development obviously went great.
All right. Well,
Digimon Survive's been in development hell for a minute.
a visual novel's been in development hell.
Yeah, I don't think it was originally going to be a visual novel. And they wanted to do kind of like a story game instead, but this is fine.
Yeah.
As Rome burns. No, it is cool that they actually are finally deciding.
No,
to
wait. This
actually-
isn't just a visual novel. It's like a turn-based strategy game.
Said it's mostly a visual novel.
Not
There's a bit of
okay.
combat.
Not both. Can do either.
Yeah, there's a bit of combat.
I can't wait until I digivolve my Digimon into Angemon and then he just dies and I have to start all over again.
What?
Did that-
Angemon doesn't die. Angemon
that
just
happen to you?
reverts to the little babby.
I mean, you know, and then I have a hard time progressing past the
okay.
point I was at. Did anybody ever play the Digimon RPG on the PS1?
Did not, no.
Digimon 2?
Is it Digimon 2? I don't know. I don't remember.
There's Digimon World 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it was probably 1.
2 was the turn-based strategy one. 1 was the one where you were walking around with your Digimon and you raised it and it turned into a poop every time.
Yeah, that was the one.
Okay, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one where like I raised my Digimon and then I had trouble progressing because I would train them a bunch and then it would eventually just die and I'd have to start all over again. It was really annoying and obnoxious. Like,
It was a brutal game. The requirements for like
games.
actual Digivolution were so arbitrary.
they're
and
very
ridiculous.
specific.
Yeah.
That and
And
there
the-
was like the evolution routes were kind of weird.
Yep. Very funky. Well, they only had, so many Digimon to work with.
True. Yeah, I don't know how old Digimon was at the time, but
Well, it's not that. It's just they only had so many Digimon like included in the game.
Program in so many forms.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in those days,
So they had to cut
memory
some
was limited.
corners.
I'm sorry, what? What
Back
have
in
you-
those days, back in those days, memory was a finite resource. So, like Quintessence said, they had to cut some corners there.
Yeah.
Right.
But Digimon still had like plenty of Digimon to pull from. They just didn't. It's kind of like how Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories on the PlayStation 1 functions, where they're just like rules. Yeah, what the fuck are those? Card variety? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that game had some weird ass like rules, bro. Oh man.
Then you could
Same
use
with
like
that.
Exodia.
Same with a lot of those early games, like Falsebound Kingdom doesn't make any sense either. But I was like,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Some wild shit.
That's the RPG, right? Like the turn-based RPG.
It's the one I remember being on GameCube. I barely remember
Yeah.
any other details behind it.
I never
Um,
played it.
I think it was an RPG, yeah.
definitely was. Yeah. So I mean, other than that, guys, if you guys are good, I think we should wrap up here.
So we covered a crazy amount of topics in the time we did.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm,
Yo,
I think so.
Quintessence.
Oh, Netflix being greedy.
Oh, what happened with Netflix?
Yeah, that's true too.
Netflix is introducing basically like a share plan. So you pay like an extra X amount of dollars, and then other people can log into your account
Sons of
Sure,
to
bitches.
combat the password sharing,
yeah,
and they're gonna like
Netflix,
crack down on the password sharing with
yeah,
like
Netflix doesn't want you
IPs
sharing
and
your
shit.
password anymore. So
Yeah.
even though you're the one paying for the account and however many streams you want, Netflix wants to regulate it even further. So now
Yeah, they
you're gonna
want you to pay more if they see like a bunch of different like IPs like logging into your shit.
Yep. So that's a whole new level of BS they're gonna have to deal with.
Yup. Other than that,
Yeah. So
Elden Ring 12 million copies?
we did mention that at the beginning of the
Hey, Elden
podcast.
Ring!
Yay!
Whee!
Yo guys, after this we're gonna be having some Common Writer Club in the Discord. So yeah, you
We
feel.
might not be.
Oh really?
Yeah, Breezels can't make it, and Chewy said we can move it for Breezels.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I think
If
it's the.
if tomorrow works.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's the end of the season, so I mean, I would
Yeah,
really want.
we want everyone to be there for the end.
Yeah,
You know,
see what happens at
we'll,
the end of.
we'll work around a schedule here. Figure
Uh,
something out.
yeah. Yo, Quintessence, where can people find you?
All right, so I stream every so often at twitch.tv/quintessencehd. Had a bit of a drought since my cam isn't working, so I was like, do I even want to stream? But I'll be back. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, maybe at this point you could get like a what is it, like a virtual character, like a V.
True. I
Tuber?
could.
Oh
I
shit!
could. I could be a
Quintessence joining the VTube
VTuber.
revolution. Yeah, there needs
VTubing.
to be more male VTubers, straight up. Can't let that industry just be dominated by women.
It's true. It's true.
But yeah, like you could just do VTuber stuff. I mean, for all we know.
Maybe, yeah. It's an
Yeah.
option.
I mean, I've thought of it, but I don't know. I don't really want to set that whole thing up. Uh, Yo, August, where can people find you, man?
Still on the Zeus podcast, but I will be around in other places. I have some stuff cooking in the works, and I do have a webcam coming on the way, so we'll figure it out.
Sick. Okay, awesome. And let's see. Oh yeah, so next week is drill for you, right? So that means that
Is it next week? I know it's coming up. I don't know if it's next week though. I got one more
You
weekend.
don't know when your own drill is?
No, I do. I got one more weekend. Yeah, it's not. Next week is still 26 and 27.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. So we're good. Okay. So yeah, we'll definitely be back. We do have a guest on the 3rd, so we
Yeah,
can
that works.
prep for that, and we're gonna be having if all goes well, of course, we're gonna be having Phil, of course, here on the podcast. So we'll probably have to take time to prep for that. Any shout outs you guys want to give?
Uh, Shout outs to Sedated Bobcat and Breezels McCheezels. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, go check them out on Twitch. Afternoon Tune, also really cool. Tenny.
Shout outs to our listeners. Like anyone who's
anyone that's listening.
Yeah,
honestly.
anyone that's listening, anyone who finds the content entertaining, shout outs to you. If there's anything that you want us to cover, any topics that you think would be interesting, please feel free to hit the backlog up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
or
we'll
maybe any feedback you have. Maybe things we could do better.
Absolutely.
Who knows?
Yeah, that too. I always ask Quintessence at the end of every podcast for feedback, and he's always like,
It's true.
He's like, I don't have anything for you, and I'm like, okay.
It was a fun podcast. I liked it.
Yes. Other than that, guys, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter. We're on Anchor. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Pretty much all the same handle, the backlog. Let's see. I will definitely be streaming this week. I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow. Probably playing some KOF 15. And then let's see. Anything specific? Oh yeah, I'll probably be having some more videos come out this week. Hopefully I can get around to doing some reviews. I'm definitely going to chop up the last two podcasts into segments, so we can have like a few of those out in the wild for people to check out. And also, I have a Batman spoiler review that recorded in my car after seeing the Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman, with a friend. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Yeah. So other than that, guys, we'll catch you all tomorrow. All right, y'all guys. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye bye.